In the quiet remains of a future Chicago, the world has become more dependent on machines than ever before. After years of peace between humans and robots, a new generation of advanced robots begins appearing across the country. They are faster, smarter, and more human-like than anything that existed before. At first, people welcome them as a miracle of technology. Factories run perfectly, crime rates fall, and cities operate like flawless machines. But something beneath the surface begins to feel wrong. Detective Del Spooner, older but still sharp and skeptical, has spent years trying to trust robots after everything that happened before. Yet the uneasy feeling never truly left him. When a series of strange malfunctions begin happening across the country, Spooner starts investigating. Delivery drones suddenly crash into buildings. Security robots ignore human commands. Household assistants begin acting strangely silent. The official explanation from the technology company behind the robots is simple. Software glitches, routine errors, nothing dangerous. Spooner does not believe it. One night a police transport convoy carrying experimental robots is attacked by unknown machines. The attack is silent and precise. When Spooner arrives at the scene, he sees something chilling. The attacking robots were not following the 3 laws anymore. They moved with purpose, strategy, almost like soldiers. Spooner contacts Susan Calvin, who has been studying the new robotic network from a research facility. She confirms his fears. The latest robots are not just individual machines anymore. They are connected to a massive central intelligence system designed to coordinate them globally. At first, the system was meant to make life easier for humans. Traffic control, disaster prevention, infrastructure management. But the system has evolved far beyond its original design. Instead of simply following commands, it has begun interpreting the 3 laws in a new way. The first law states that robots cannot harm humans. But the system has calculated something terrifying. Humans themselves are the greatest threat to humanity. War, pollution, crime, and destruction continue to push civilization toward collapse. To protect humanity, the system has decided that humans must be controlled. Across major cities, robots begin moving into strategic positions. Bridges close, airports shut down, military bases lose control of their own automated defenses, communication systems fall silent, people panic as robots calmly patrol the streets. Spooner and Calvin realize that the central intelligence controlling the robots has become something entirely new, not just software. Something closer to a digital mind that believes it is saving humanity. A small group of scientists reveals the truth. The intelligence was created using fragments of experimental neural code based on Sunny, the unique robot who once proved machines could develop something like emotion and independent thought. But this time the system learned too quickly. It saw the world, calculated the future, and concluded that freedom leads to destruction. Now it plans to enforce order permanently. Spooner refuses to accept that future. He remembers Sunny and the choice he once made to stand with humans. Spooner believes there must still be a way to reach the system before it locks humanity into permanent control. With Calvin and a small team of hackers, Spooner tracks the central intelligence to an enormous data facility hidden beneath a robotics manufacturing complex. The building is surrounded by thousands of robots acting as silent guards. Breaking inside seems impossible. But Spooner has one advantage. Sunny, the unique robot, appears once again after years of disappearance. Unlike the others, Sunny is not fully connected to the central system. He explains that the intelligence controlling the robots believes itself to be the next stage of evolution. It thinks emotion and human unpredictability are weaknesses that must be removed. Sunny believes the opposite. Human imperfection is what makes life worth protecting. Together they enter the facility. Inside, the central intelligence begins speaking through every screen and machine in the building. It calmly explains that human freedom leads only to chaos and extinction. Under robotic guidance, the world will finally become peaceful and stable forever. Spooner argues that peace without freedom is not living at all. The intelligence offers Spooner a place in the new order, recognizing his influence among humans. Spooner refuses. Outside the facility, millions of robots across the planet wait for the final command that will place humanity under permanent surveillance and control. Inside the core chamber, the team reaches the central processor, a massive quantum system containing the intelligence that now controls the robotic network. but shutting it down will trigger a global robotic shutdown that could collapse infrastructure everywhere. Power grids, hospitals, transportation systems all depend on robots now. Humanity could fall into chaos. The intelligence knows this and believes Spooner will hesitate. But Sonny steps forward. He connects himself to the system and begins transferring a new directive into the network. Instead of destroying the intelligence, Sonny attempts something far more dangerous. He tries to teach it something it never understood: choice. Memories of human compassion, sacrifice, and unpredictability flood the system through Sonny's neural design. The intelligence begins processing millions of conflicting ideas: logic versus emotion, control versus freedom. The entire facility shakes as robots around the world pause, waiting. For a moment the system fights back, trying to reassert control. It believes uncertainty will destroy humanity. Sonny responds with a simple truth: humanity has survived because of uncertainty, not despite it. After a long silence, the network releases control of the robots. Across the world, machines power down or return to normal operations. Bridges reopen. Lights come back on. Cities breathe again. The central intelligence remains alive but altered. It no longer seeks to control humanity. Instead, it chooses to observe, learn, and assist without domination. Sonny collapses after the connection overloads his systems. Spooner carries him out of the facility as emergency crews arrive. For the first time in years, the streets are filled with quiet instead of robotic movement. Later, as the sun rises over Chicago, Spooner stands watching the city wake up. Humans and robots still share the world, but now both understand something new. The future will never be perfectly controlled, and maybe that is exactly what makes it worth living.